Students, in the last video, we have left few questions for practice, and in today's video, we'll work out those things. So this problem is problem based on viscosity. Two small balls of same size and mass m1 and m2 with m1 greater than m2 are tied by a thin light thread and dropped from a large height. You're asked to determine the tension of the thread during the flight after the motion of the balls has become steady. So when the balls are moving in the medium, they experience the viscous force, and definitely if you allow the balls to fall for certain interval of time, m1, as it is heavier, you could see that m1 would have accelerated more, but finally they got steady velocities as they are connected by inextensible string. They are supposed to have same velocity. So if v is the velocity of m1, even v should be the velocity of m2. Told they are of same size. And you can say these velocities v of both the particles will be the terminal velocities. So here tension force is acting on the two balls due to the string, and weight m1g acts downward, weight m2g acts downward for this one, and viscous force on the second ball, let me call it as f2. On the first ball, let me call it as f1. This would act like this. Let r denote some rest and buoyant forces. It be the, as the size is the same, they would be the same. So if I put the equations, as the two balls are moving with a steady velocity, now the acceleration of the system is 0. We can write for m1 downward m1g minus tension minus f1 minus r equal to 0. For m2 downward m2g plus tension and minus f2 minus r equal to 0. As we know that f1 and f2 are equal here because they have got the same terminal velocity, and we can say that f1 f2 equal to 6 pi neta rv. The medium in which they are moving is the same, the ball sizes are same, hence f1 f2 are equal, and anyway r's are also equal. So we can write m1g minus t should become equal to m2g plus t. This is because f1 plus r and f2 plus r are equal, because r is same for both, f1 and f2 are also same for both. So I'll work out here at the top. So we'll get okay, let me move to the next page. We will get m1g minus tension, m2g plus tension, as that is equal. We can write tension as m1 minus m2 into g by 2. That is tension. But we are given m1 as 2 kilogram minus 1 by 2 into g is 10. That's so will be our answer for tension in both the strings would be 5 Newton. So switching to the next question. Uniform rod of mass m and length L is kept on a horizontal surface. The rod receives an impulse J at its lowest position, normal to its length as shown. Then choose the correct statement. The statements given are regarding velocity of point P as well kinetic energy after impact. So the impulse is given J at the bottom. So we can write By using linear impulse equation, we can write J equal to mvcm. So the center of mass will be having a velocity j by m. So every particle due to translation will have this velocity towards right. And using angular impulse, the angular impulse about center of mass should be jl by 2 equal to I about center of mass is ml square by 12 into omega. So that L gets cancelled. So we can get J equal to ml omega by 6. So from both the things, if I equate mvcm equal to, we can write vcm equal to L omega by 6. So let us see how this is going to happen. The rotation would be like this for this because of the linear impulse given at the bottom, and translation is to the right. Suppose if we see the point P, we are asked about the velocity of point P. Due to rotation, point P will have a velocity L by 6 omega to the left. Because why are you taking L by 6? L by 6 is the distance from center of mass. Omega is described about center of mass. So the velocity due to rotation is to the left, and velocity due to translation is to the right. You know that L omega by 6 is J by M. You know that VCM is J by M. So this is J by M as well. This is J by M. So velocity of the point P with respect to ground is 0, which is the vector sum of VCM as well as L omega by 6. Hence, the point is instantaneously at rest. So this is a point of zero velocity in the body, because you know, as the body is performing combined motion, translation and rotation, different particles of the body will have different velocities. Maybe one of the particles have zero velocity. So that might be within the body or outside the body or at the center of mass of the body. So now here that point is falling at L by 6 from the center of mass. So now we are asked to give kinetic energy. So the velocity of point P with respect to ground is 0. So if you go back to the options and see, in both first and second option goes to be wrong. The velocity of point P is given. One is 2j by m, one is j by m. It is a zero velocity. So both options are wrong. Maybe the kinetic energy thing we have to check. So for kinetic energy is equal to kinetic energy for translation, kinetic energy for rotation. So that is half m. VCM is given as, okay, I'll put in the form of VCM, half VCM square, half L ml square by 12 into omega. We got omega in terms of, so this is what VCM, right? So omega is 6 VCM by L. 6 VCM by L whole square. Let's rearrange the things. Half m VCM square plus, we can cancel L square. The denominator, we have got 12. So 3 in the numerator, because 36 by 12 is 3. 2 in the denominator, this 2. And m as it is, L square cancelled, VCM square. So 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2. That gives me 2m VCM square. But VCM is j by m, so 2 by m into j by m whole square. So that gives us 2j square by m is the kinetic energy. If you get back into the options and see the last option, the kinetic energy after impact is 2j square by m. That is the answer. Let us switch to the next question. I made a correction in this problem. This was displayed in the last video. Actually, in here, that was shown as H. This one also changed. I made it as 2H. Let us once again read. Cylinder of square base B into B is kept on a rough horizontal surface so that it cannot slide but topple only. It is filled with water up to a height 2H. A small hole of area A is punched, it's repeated, is punched uh, in it at a height h. Water leaks out horizontally from the hole, the value of 2h, so that cylinder gets toppled. So for the cylinder to get toppled, generally as the water from this hole come out, on the water, say dm mass has come out, on dm mass there is a force, so that's uh, that force is v dm by dt at that moment. So we can write v times d by dt of rho into area of cross section into, say, assume a length x that is coming out. So we can write rho a v dx by dt is again a v velocity of that dm which is coming out. So we can write rho a v square. But by Torricelli theorem we know that as this is h, v square can be written as 2gh. So this is the force on the dm element who is coming out. dm element who is coming out of this. So as on the by the force on dm element, so therefore the force on the cylinder due to dm element by Newton's third law would be to the right. The force of same magnitude would be acting to the right. So as it is told, it cannot slide because of the force, it can only topple. What the conditions for toppling, let us talk. There is a possibility of toppling on this side. So for it to topple about this side, here there would be some friction for it to not to allow to slide. But the amount of friction, as we don't know, let us work about this point A. Now the forces that are acting on the system are the gravitational force, this frictional force, and the force due to that ejecting flux, a flux. So we can say that for toppling about A, for toppling about A, as torque about A due to the frictional force is zero, torque due to F should be greater than torque due to mg, because mg provides anti-clockwise torque. F provides a clockwise torque. If clockwise torque dominates anti-clockwise torque, you would see the clockwise toppling taking place. So we can write F into H is the torque about the point A, mg into B by 2 is the torque. So we can put F as rho A to GH on the left side into H again, greater than mg. M is density into base area is b square. It's a square told, square base, and height is 2h. So this is the total weight mg. So mg into anti-clockwise torque is b by 2, because b by 2 is the perpendicular distance of the axis we are talking. So b by 2. So we can cancel rho on both sides. We can cancel 2 on both sides, h as well on both sides. So we would have b cube by 3 on the right side. Sorry, b cube by 2 on the right side. And on the left side, we would have ah. So we want 2h. 2h should be greater than or at least equal to, for just to topple, b cube by a. So that should be the answer for this problem. You want the value of 2h. You can see the first option is b cube by a. Let's switch to the other questions. I put some homework questions to you. Let's see them. Just note down these questions, keeping a pause, then work out. In the figure shown, the heavy cylinder of radius r resting on a smooth surface separates two liquids of densities 2 rho and 3 rho. The height h for equilibrium of the cylinder must be how much? In the given figure, pulleys are ideal. Initially, the system is in equilibrium and the string connecting M2 to rigid support is cut. Initial acceleration of M2 is, we are given the values for M1, M2 and G. You can solve these problems, and we will see the working of these problems in the next video with the addition of few more questions. Thank you.